What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to basketball, and more importantly, welcome back to our prospect evaluation series. This is a series where I'm breaking down all the first round level NBA prospects leading up to the 2026 draft. And in this video, we've got Iowa State's Joshua Jefferson, a very versatile, skilled forward, older guy coming into this class that I'm excited to break down. I've got a bunch of numbers to kind of take you guys through, some comparisons via the galaxy of Draft Baller. We're going to watch some film, and at the very end of the episode, we're going to be placing them on our big board that we've been kind of building throughout this series. But before we get into all that, make sure that you guys like, subscribe, and comment. I've responded to every single comment to my YouTube channel up to this point, and I intend to keep on doing so. There is a lot, and I mean a lot of great content coming out right now, whether it's the Do They Fit in the NBA series videos, the series you're watching right now, Ideal Off Season's back. That's the biggest series on my channel by far, so go give the first episode of this season a watch, or my mock drafts that I'm doing or grading of freshmen, sophomores in the NBA, all of that type of stuff. But with all that being said, let's get into the video. Joshua Jefferson, a 6'9", 240-pound senior from Iowa State. Wow. Alrighty, so we're at that point in this series. This, I believe, is episode 23 of this year, so we're kind of getting into these guys that might go first round, might not go first round, right? So it's getting, one, harder to find film on these guys that I can actually use in a YouTube video, but more importantly, like, we're getting into more of the fringe players, which I think is kind of the more interesting part of this series, where we can get into these borderline guys. Maybe we find a diamond in the rough that we can say we knew about going into this draft. But let's just start off with the breakdown of Jefferson before we get into some of the other analytics and film. So just taking a look at his kind of core overview here. Started out his career at St. Mary's for 2 years, then went to Iowa State, and looks like he just kind of got better and better as his career went on. One of those guys that just kind of stayed in college, refined their skill set, and had a pretty damn good career, if I do say so myself. As you guys look here, these percentages right here, just know that these are always measured against people at their same position. It's not like an overall college stat here. So played about 30 minutes a game for Iowa State this last year. It was kind of the same the year before. As you can see, really upped his points per game from 2 all the way his freshman season to this last season, 16.5. Very, very impressive. Each of the last 2 seasons averaging about 7.4 rebounds per game. Very nice number. This is what's fascinating right here. About 5 assists a game as well. I know he had a triple-double or 2 this year, which in college basketball, that is so incredibly difficult. You don't even understand how hard it is to get a triple-double in college basketball. It's not like it's like a skill thing. It's just kind of how the game works kind of thing. But he'd been getting assists. I mean, in like limited minutes, I mean, even in his second year at St. Mary's, about 2.5 assists, 3 assists. Now we're up to about 5. Getting about a steal and a half per game. He was getting about 2 the year before. Getting close to a block. He doesn't project to be like a high like level athlete or anything like that, so I'm not sure you would expect that. Something to keep in mind here, right? This might be one of those guys that is kind of a tweener positionally. There's a lot of these guys in this draft where they're kind of the size of what NBA forwards are, but maybe their skill set says that they should be more of a big. Now, he seems a little bit more versatile, and he's a little bit older, right? So there's going to be more of a refined skill set just in general, but it's kind of interesting to note that, right? And a lot of this video is going to be, okay, we see you playing like this. What are we going to let you do at the NBA level, right? Because college basketball and the NBA is just very different still. You guys hear me say this in every video. It's a lot easier to tell the international prospects are going to transfer to the NBA because they just play a much more similar and advanced style of basketball. But we're going to try to make those projections today. 2.5 turnovers versus the 5 assists. That's a pretty good assist-to-turnover ratio for his position. It's a lot of turnovers for his position, but considering how much he has the ball, that doesn't necessarily surprise me. 34.5% from 3. Again, like it looks like he's been trying to stabilize his three-point shot throughout his career, but it's nothing to write home about. Never been above 75% from the free throw line. I kind of wish that had improved over the years, as that's just something you can work on, but you know, it is what it is. The usage percentage is crazy. Look at this, 28.6% usage. That's a 93rd percentile for his position. That's really high. That is really, really high. For someone at his position, which again, in college basketball, that stuff tends to come out a little bit more. He's existing at the rim a ton, 89th percentile in terms of being at the rim. He's only converting 60% at the rim, though. That's not even good for guards. Well, that's borderline good for guards is what I'll say. So that's, don't love that for his position. He's shooting, and by the way, this is per 100 possessions, these numbers you're looking at here. So this 6.9%, nice. Jeez. The 6.9 attempts per 100 possessions, not bad from the mid-range. Again, do we want people taking a ton of mid-range? Not necessarily. We're not going to write it off either. And he's shooting a decent amount of threes. It's not necessarily like a lot, but a decent amount. And you're hitting 34.5%, so maybe. He's shooting a ton of free throws. Interesting. So we know he's at the rim a lot, and he's getting fouled a lot too. If we could just convert a few more of those free throws, man, maybe maybe we get up to that 18, 19 points per game, right? Because we're leaving a couple free throws at the charity stripe each game. The defensive numbers, I don't really have a ton of defensive film to show you guys, unfortunately, because we just don't have a lot of that film on YouTube for some of these more fringe guys or whatever. Somebody start a YouTube channel where you just like upload this stuff or whatever for me to watch, please. But I can tell you, just because, you know, I'm obviously in my scouting process right now. I have not broken down Jefferson at all yet, so this is still an intro, right? These videos are always intros, right? We're only ever going through a couple games of film, right? Just to get us familiar with these prospects, right? Get my initial takes on them, and then I'll kind of fill in the gaps a little bit more after that. But I have not watched this guy much at all. There will be future guys in future videos that we do where I've already kind of done my deep dive on them already, but I haven't done on Jefferson. But for people I've talked to about him, they're like, defensively, we're not too concerned about him. He guards multiple positions at the college level. Very switchable, very, very smart. I mean, you can see some of the stuff here, like 94th percentile here. The defensive rebounding is great, not fouling very much. Like, these are all very good defensive numbers. So not really tripping about anything there. I want to go take a look now, though, at his kind of play style breakdown, which Draft Baller always does a great job of, and this kind of helps us start to paint the story of this guy. So 36% of the time we're at the rim, 25% of the time we're playmaking, which, again, we noted earlier. That's really cool. So now we're instantly thinking, okay, 3-and-D kind of forward / big, maybe a little bit undersized. We maybe got like a Draymond Green type of player, which, let's be honest, like, those guys don't tend to work in the NBA very well. AVC, you just described Draymond Green. Well, you have to give these guys a pretty high usage in order to really make them valuable, right? So that's kind of a question right off the bat that I have. 17% of the time at the perimeter, and then we're kind of splitting between transition and just general post-up. So let's look at the rim. He's at the rim most of the time. 19, almost 20% of the time, we're actually rim attacking. Interesting. That is not what I expected to see. So we're giving him the ball and letting him kind of go to work. Is that what I'm hearing? Because we're not in the post very much. So that means he's creating and trying to do it himself. That's fascinating. We're not very good at it, though. This 0.87 points per possession is not that great. So then my question becomes, okay, well, can you handle a little bit? Because if you can, we can give you better space at the NBA level, right? But the question is, do you get to have the ball? Because, again, not many guys get that kind of usage percentage, right? So maybe you have to contribute another way. I immediately think of Jalen Tyson for the Cavaliers, right? We were like, okay, we're not too fond of this guy coming in because he needs the ball a ton to do anything effective. And then his rookie season, he wasn't very effective. But then he changed his game up a bunch, and he was able to use a lot of his different skill sets to play a little bit more without the basketball, and now he's really valuable for Cleveland in his second year. So maybe it's a similar story here. 7% of the time a putback. Of course, you're going to have a high PPP there. Backdoor cuts. That's honestly happening 7% of the time, so somebody's hitting him for stuff. I know their center is pretty popular there, or the former center. I think he's in the portal now and debating whether or not he wants to go to the draft. And then the big cut and roll. Only 1.7% of the time. So we're not involved in a lot of pick and roll, which is interesting, right? Because I don't know how good Iowa State's guards are necessarily, but if they're getting trapped or high hedged or iced at any point, if you're clearly comfortable letting this guy kind of dribble a little bit, he could be that short roll into the 4-on-3 kind of attack, which would be interesting. The post up doesn't happen very much, only 6% of the time, and he's not very effective in that. The post and kick, that results well. Just being real with you, post and kicks, that tends to just be the winning recipe for basketball in general, so not surprised to see a high PPP there. And then high-low action, not really happening much. From the perimeter, it's pretty diverse still. Perimeter sniper, so trying to hit from out there about 8% of the time. He's pretty effective from there. Mid-range, he's not doing it too much ultimately, and he's not very effective from there. pick and pop situations not happening very much, and dribble jumpers not happening very much. So he's just attacking the rim and ending up at the rim one way or another. So he's getting free throws or something else, or he's stepping up and hitting. Transition, 12% of the time, that works pretty well for him. That's interesting. How athletic and how mobile is this guy, is my question. Not a guy I've watched a ton of film on. So, and then the playmaking, attacking and kicking. So here's the rim attack. So he's either ending up at the rim, he's kicking it, and he's finding people pretty well, actually. So that's his game, right? Other than every once in a while he's hitting a catch and shoot three. The pick and roll passer, he's running about 6% of the time, and that's going really well for him. Fascinating. Okay, I'm building out how I could use this guy at an NBA level, but again, like, how much are you going to get the opportunity to do that? Not many guys get to have the ball. So that's quite interesting. Okay, let's take a look at his actual shot chart. We don't use the one on Draft Baller just because I find it a little bit hard to read. Let's just take a look at his 2025 shot chart, because I don't need to see the previous years necessarily. Let's just see what's going on here. Okay, so he really doesn't like the left side of the court here for shooting. Nothing crazy to write home about. It's not a ton of looks from three, right? But he's hitting some. Wow, there's a couple deep ones in there that he's had to chuck. Interesting. And then, yeah, it's a lot of just he gets into the paint and makes things happen from there. It looks like maybe he's throwing up some floaters and some push shots from around here. Maybe he can't get all the way to the rim. Maybe we have a spacing issue on Iowa State, we could see. But even, like, as he gets closer, like, he's not that effective. And I wonder if that's, like, an athleticism type thing. So he's ending up in the spots we want you to end up in on the court. And again, like, the playmaking's really good, right? Like, we're finding stuff there and we're getting to where we want to get. But it's not necessarily converting at a high enough level for us, which is interesting, right? And what's the limitation there? I just don't know, and that's what we're gonna have to watch in some of this film to kind of try to understand just a little bit better. And again, we'll use the film that we have at our disposal. But now let's do a little comparison, right? Because Draft Baller has this galaxy thing, which I think is really, really sick. Like, I don't actually know what like the practical use for it is all that much. Ooh, here's Jefferson. How can I actually click on him? I'm not sure I actually can using this, but what this tool kind of does is it just kind of gives us an idea of like other people that played like him in college, right? And so this isn't meant to say like, oh, these are the type of guys he's going to end up as, right? But it's kind of an interesting little tool. So right here, they're actually noting him as a rare prospect, so he doesn't necessarily fall into like the traditional buckets. He's kind of more of a fringe type of player. So just looking at the players he's similar to, a lot of them are like rotation players in the NBA now or busts. And again, this is not a predictive model, and they'll tell you don't use it as that. It's just kind of interesting to compare it. I actually don't know how they categorize people into these things either, which is interesting. His number one comparison is J.R. Giddens. No clue who the fuck that is. There's Draymond Green. That's what I was talking about. Damari Carroll, Damian James, Jaime Jaquez, Adu Thiero. Interesting. So some more. So this might be where some of the ball handling forward stuff is coming in, like the Chumo Keke, Chris Douglas Roberts. Shout out him and Derrick Rose on that Memphis team. Danny Green. Interesting. Landry Fields, I could see that one. Bonzie Colson. Shout out Bonzie Colson out of Notre Dame, man. What a throwback here. And Tyler Bay. Like, I can see some of these players, so that's kind of interesting. But yeah, no, just a fun thing for us to use Draft Baller for. But okay, with that being said, let's start getting into the film. Alrighty, as per normal, we're going to be watching 3 games worth of film here. It's not going to be complete stuff because, again, there's just limited film for these guys at this point when I'm trying to make these YouTube videos. Don't make this like the last video that you watch on Joshua Jefferson, please. This is just an intro to these guys to kind of get you familiar with some of their games, get some of my initial takes, go explore more, see other people's thoughts on them, right? I promise you my thoughts will expand from this video, right? And also, please support this video. It's going to get demonetized. It just will. And YouTube's going to take my $20 because they just want to demonetize me. It is what it is. They side with big business, yada, yada, yada. YouTube, don't demonetize me. I should be protected under fair use. This is educational content. I'm not trying to pass these clips off as my own, but my legal defense is in the description of this video. Also, just subscribe in general. We're trying to get to 10K before the end of the NBA season, so let's try to make that happen, okay? But anyway, Let's watch some Joshua Jefferson here. Alrighty, where are we right here? Number 5. Give me those. Oh, right off the bat. We're going. Let's go. Get up. Hey, okay, let me see some of this athleticism real quick. How are we moving? And yes, this is the best picture quality we can get in 2026. Here we go. Give me that basketball. We do get to see some defense after all. He's a big motherfucker, isn't he? But this is what happens when you get the more senior level players, right? Not showing any crazy speed or anything. He got up easy enough. Cool, cool, cool. Where are we at right now? Looks like UCF is in some horns action right here. It still throws me off to see like number 99s and stuff here. 99. The fuck you doing right here, dog? Cut. Go somewhere else. You see this guy lifting right here. Move somewhere else. You can't get the ball right here. They're in the passing lane. You can't get the ball right here. This is always how these videos turn out, as I start just criticizing college basketball and how goofy it is in general. But you know what? Okay, let's see what's gonna happen now. We're trying to... What the fuck happened? How did he get open? Oh, goodness me. Whoa. Okay, so we had a cheater right here. We had a little dirty cheater trying to come up right here to make it... Why? Like that... I don't get it. What are we doing? So many of these videos are just me yelling at people or whatever. Like, he had it. Zero had it. You're good. You're good. Okay, whatever. Like, okay, so then he does the right thing of just slipping here. Jefferson just... He doesn't even see it because he's like, wait, what the fuck? Like, why is he open? All right, so he comes by. Damn! Give me that shit, stupid! He's like, oh my god, I'm so open. Let's go! Boom! Funny. 22 is like Mom Silovich, or however you say it, right? He's supposed to be an interesting player. Boy, if you don't give me that stupid shit, boom, dummy! Oh, I love it. Okay. Here we go, bringing the ball up the court a little bit. This is what I want to see, right? By the way, watching like a lot of playoff basketball right now, obviously, or not as much as I'd like to. I've been pretty busy with work, watching film and doing little side projects or whatever. But the Rockets need a way to like get up and down the basketball court right now. And part of me just says just let Şengün try to bring it up the court at this point, because fuck it, like maybe they continue to put Ayton on him, and Ayton can't really stop him from getting the ball up the court and initiating offense. I know like all of the Şengün edits are coming around right now that are really funny, but I don't know, just thoughts that I'm having at this point. Okay, so we're initiating some pistol action right off the bat. Here we go. Cool, nice easy finish through. I want to watch this one more time. Notice how he rolled the correct direction right here. The pass he got back was not very helpful, so watch this. Notice he kind of ghosts this action right here. He picks and he actually sees the ball the whole time, so that when that immediate pass comes, he can still operate, and they threw it to his opposite shoulder, which isn't what you're supposed to do here. But he catches the ball, makes it happen, because Zero didn't really even try to guard him defensively. Okay, cool stuff. Let me see this one more time. Nice little flip up and through. Nice little lefty shot. Cool. What do we got here? Okay, so we got a little pin down into pick and roll, and this guy's rolling the wrong way. See how he can't see the basketball at all, but now he's floating out here. Perfect. We're getting to the hoop. Nice little bounce pass here. Hey, it'd be nice if he would have thrown that up. Is probably the easier pass right here, is just kind of float that up to him for the lob. But this is kind of that roll that we were talking about, right? Because watch what happened to the guard right here. Watch. So they hedged him right here, right? Which means, okay, I got to give this basketball up. So he dumps it back off to 21. Good stuff. Again, didn't hit him with a great pass, but that's okay. And so now we're playing this 4-on-3 type of action right here. And because Zero stepped up enough that he did, and 99 is just completely doubling him for some reason, when he probably should be trying to just take this action away so that we can have an X out right here. You know, nuance, right? Who gives a fuck, I guess. But it'd be nice if we threw the alley-oop right here. This is what Draymond does all the time, so I'd love to see Jefferson in this role, and I'm kind of confused why he isn't. If we know, at this point in the game, we know if they're getting hedged or not, so it'd be nice to see him in this playmaking role, but maybe 2-1 can kind of do that too. I had a good buddy that was number 21 at Iowa State at one point in time. Let's see if you guys can figure out who that was. We'll give you guys a little challenge to try to track that down. And I might not tell you if you're right or wrong or whatever, but just take your best guess. Okay, cool. This is just him shooting, right? Way to space out right here. Okay. AVC's background is always player development, right? And my expertise was always shooting, so I love to break this down a little bit more. Jumps into the shot well, knees a little bit bent in towards each other. We'd like to fix that, get the lower half a little bit stronger. Feet a little bit off balance. One is raised a little bit more than the other. We've seen that a couple times recently out of players. Feet look like they're at the 45 degrees opposite of the shooting arm. That's the right way to do it because we want the ball to naturally follow from your right hip, past your right shoulder, past your right eye, kind of up and through if you're a righty at least. And so he's kind of able to do that. It looks like he might be pulling from the left pocket though. Instead, he goes up and through. He jumps together. Well, we want to jump together because that keeps us going straight up and down, right? And he lets it go. It looks like he might have pushed it off to the right a little bit, but I'm guessing most of his shots are falling in these highlights, right? Because these aren't just like full game clips or whatever. These are just highlights. Good pass by 3 right there. Let me see this read one more time. So he goes in, 35 commits a bit too much. He make the pass right there. Let it go. Boom. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Hey! Here we go, here we go. Pass that ball up. Thank you very much. Let's go. What's happening? Yeah, I want you to attack. Get closer to the rim right here. I'd love a little bit more aggression from here. Like, try to move the ball up the court as quickly as possible because you got 2 guys trailing behind right here. You got space to operate in right now. Your goal always on offense is to try to get towards the middle of the court, right? Because then everything kind of opens up, right? That's how you start blender action, which is what, like, the Thunder just do all game, right? Is they just drive and kick, drive and kick, drive and kick. It's what the Pacers did with Halliburton, right? It's the best way to create advantages in basketball. Eventually, the defense can't keep up. So I always say get up the court as quickly as possible before defenses can get set up so that you can try to take over this middle of the court really well. Someone who did that really well always was Steve Nash. If you go watch his film, a lot of times he would like drive and then he wouldn't pass the ball. He'd like dribble through here and kind of circle around or whatever. And he always used to say like, well, I worked so hard to get to that middle of the court. I'm not just going to give it up very easily and pass out of it, right? Like try to really operate in that space and get something really good. So I'd like for him to sprint up a little bit more and take that position. But okay, we get here. Ooh, take that contact. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Not the most coordinated look I've ever seen ever. Not a ton of verticality in that either, but took the contact well from this big motherfucker. Here we go. Good defense by 7 overall, honestly. Just kind of put his chest into him a bit too much. Okay, cool. Are there any other clips from this? Shout out Killian Torre, whoever that is. 27. Who is this? Chris Smoove? Right here. Shout out if you know Chris Smoove. That was my childhood right there. Let me see this board really quick. Okay, let me just go in and I'll just take that basketball really quick. He's not physically moving people a ton, and he's like 240 too, so it's kind of interesting. Like maybe he's not using his leverage correctly. You got to use your legs to move people. Ultimately, AVC's good at that one. He's good at using his big old legs or whatever to move people. Don't be picturing my big old legs though. We had a comment the other day of somebody saying they got a poster of me in their bathtub or whatever, and I was like, I don't want it. Nope, we're not going to talk about that anymore. We're not getting canceled today. Wait, is this the same highlight I just had up? Oh no, I opened up the wrong clip. Give me a second. Okay, problem resolved. Okay, we got the other game pulled up now. But okay, next game here against BYU. Let's kind of see what's going on here. I'm curious how they're using him right here. He's not really guarding anybody on this possession. Just give me those, stupid. What are you doing? Let's go. Make a play. Good pass. Okay, there's Chris Smoove. Let's go, Chris. Okay, cool stuff. I want to see this one more time. Give me this block. Very, very good. Let's go. Give me that basketball. Nice pass. There goes Chris Smoove. Hey. I feel like I need like the auto-tune on my voice or whatever. Here we go. We're handling. Ooh! Hey, that's a nice play right there. Let me see this. So again, is this NBA stuff, right? Is kind of the question mark. Well, a lot of times you're not just going to get to see like a forward just kind of handling it at the nail or the free throw line extended, right? And just kind of trying to get to create at the NBA level, right? That's when we all get mad at like a Şengün or a Julius Randle or Embiid or guys like that, right? So that's not necessarily what we're looking for. So we have to think like, okay, what did we just see on this play? We just saw this guy handle the rock a little bit, show off a nice little counter move. He had great vision right here, ends up finding a guy. Okay. Interesting, right? Like, okay, we saw a little bit of ball handling from a guy that's about 6'9", and he can pass a little bit, right? Interesting. He's not beating anybody with incredible quickness. It's just more so finesse. We've seen some of the defense or whatever. So some things to consider. Shout out Debansa, right? So it's not about watching what play just happened here. It's watching the skill set. A little bit of ball handling, a little bit of passing. Okay. We take note of that. So what can we do with it? Here we go. We're posting up again. We're just going up and over. Cool, fair enough. He's certainly not getting like a ton of crazy elevation or anything like that. He doesn't really move people very well. Like he's not creating just like a ton of space. Let's see this jumper one more time, because the jumper could make a really big difference, right? Because if he's not going to be like a crazy athlete, that limits defense a little bit. But if you're big and you're physical and you know how to use the weight, that could help a little bit more. But he doesn't necessarily excel at that. But his instincts are good, apparently, right? So something to take note of here. Let's take a look at the jumper. Knees still buckled in a little bit. Feet look pretty good. He kind of jumps together there. Okay, so definitely not just like just kind of catching, letting it fly, right? Like super confident, like got to be open to kind of take that shot. Here we go, trying to spin back. Is that not a travel? Was that not a travel? Let me see this really quick. So let's see. Pivot foot is established. It's this foot right here. Definitely traveled his ass off. Now we have a new pivot foot, and now we're spinning back over right here. Let me see this shot, though, one more time. Okay, so we traveled. That's a good way to get open. And now we're kind of doing a Dirk fadeaway right here. Again, not necessarily a shot we're looking for at the NBA level. Okay, it is what it is, though. We're playing college ball ultimately. Good steal. Let me see the instincts on this one really quick. Here we go. Good read on this. I want to see where he navigated from one more time. So he's here. He's watching. Good. Like, definitely good defensive instincts. Like, no doubt about that. And we know he's got some solid vision. Give me those. Let's see. You see Chris move? Oh, that's not Chris move, but we're leaking. Good pass. Good pass. Guys, whenever we catch the ball, defensive rebound, right? The first thing I want you to do is look up, look to the rim, and work your way back, right? Because we want to, if we can take advantage of some of these just like nice outlet passes right here, and we want to act like Kevin Love, we're totally cool with that, right? It's an easy bucket. This guy was out above the break, and so we were able to take advantage of that, right? Make sure you're leading them to where you want them to go, right? Lead them to where you want them to go. Ooh, nice pass. Hey, 23, get up for me again, headband. Nice little action right here. Nice little pocket pass. So, like, clearly good vision, good defensive instincts, like comfortable enough dribbling a basketball, like not probably going to be breaking anybody down like anything crazy, but something to note here. Okay, a little bit more offense. 3 just did not help him at all on this action right here. So watch, like 3's trying to space back out. It's like, motherfucker, you're still standing in the passing lane. Flip back over the top right here so I can get rid of this defender. He's staring him down, being like, move, bitch, move. And he's like, where should I go? Not out there. He's, oh, fuck you. Okay, you're getting the ball out there then. Okay, I'm setting a pick. Fuck it. Okay, whatever. Oh, it's nasty basketball. But it is what it is. Okay, let me see this. Give me that rebound. Let's go. What am I trying to do? Nice pass. I was like, okay, is he gonna make the wrong pass right here and give it back out to this guy right here who, why are you calling for ball? Give me the ball all the way out here at the fucking logo. Go get on the 3-point. It's open over there, damn it. Whatever. But 3's gonna get the ball instead. He's gonna yak him. Schmack. Here we go. Okay, good closeout. Thank you for not just jumping at him right away. Thank you for just kind of closing out right here. Shout out the trainer on this play right here. Watch the trainer. Trainers are usually at the end of the bench right here. Let's go. Yeah, good shit. All right, good closeout. Getting our hands involved. Ooh, just give me that basketball. Good jump. Good stuff. Oh, yeah, good shit, Zero. Give me that fucking basketball. Look at him right here. Look at him. So he goes down. Hold my boy. Give me that shit, stupid. I like it, man. I like it. Here we go. The guard did not wait for the pick on this one. You got to wait for the pick to actually get set or whatever, and goes really wide around for whatever reason. They're guarding him really tightly. Let's step in this. Ooh, okay, we attacking now. Definitely not the most coordinated attacks I've ever seen, but you guys are right. When we looked at those stats, man, he's getting to that rim. He's certainly getting there. Okay, oh my goodness. There's a lot going on here. BYU kids got nothing else to do they? I'm going to say it. You BYU kids, I know you're not doing any of the typical college hijinks or whatever. Y'all doing some other stuff, whatever. So you got all the time in the world to make. What are these? Are these Twinkies? What the fuck are those? Like, we just got like optical illusions here. We got memes. We got wacky inflatable arm flailing 2-man guys and the cougar. Oh my goodness, there's a lot going on here. BYU kids got too much time on their hands. If you take nothing else away from this video, and you're asking yourself, why should I subscribe to AVC? It's for moments like these. You clicked on an educational basketball video, and we ended up talking about how BYU kids got too much time on their hands. So just know that, okay? Just know that. That's my value proposition right here. 13, double team him, for fuck's sake. He's like, oh boy, I hope if you come over here, man, I'll defend you. If you get over here, I'm gonna defend your ass. God damn it. Acting like Aquaman, if you're not in the fucking, like, ocean or whatever, he's not gonna come fight you. What the fuck? He just lets him flip that stupid shot up. Double team him. God damn it, just go. Attack. There's no one else here. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. Just gonna let him just post his boy up right here. Okay. Ooh, nice pass. Like, we see the vision. We see the defensive instincts. There's a little bit of ball handling here. So, okay. There's some shit here. There's a little bit of shit right here. Let me see this pass one more time. Yoink. Nice stuff. Good stuff. Shout out Zero. We like the tood that he had earlier. Oh, no, an ad. Okay. Final game here. We've got Big 12 tournament against number 12. Arizona State. Let's see what's going on here in this dark-ass arena. Why is it so dark? Is there any better quality I can get? Ooh, a little bit better. It didn't help at all. Let's go. The typical thing we see in college basketball. Is this guy going to make a play right here? Are you going to make a play? Because this doesn't happen much in the NBA where you just get to throw the ball over. That is getting stolen every single time, but they're going to do it anyway. 35 tries to do it, but he can't. And we're going to take a dribble, go back up and through. Nice. Nice stuff. Won't happen in the NBA. So we're not seeing any, like, scoring out of him outside of a little bit of pick and pop that's, like, NBA translatable. And so that's my concern a little bit. But we got some defensive stuff. We have a little bit of ball handling where we could bring it up the court. We at least have enough ball handling to, again, it's that high hedge situation. So if you're playing with some dominant guards where that's happening too, that could be a role that we use him in, right? As we're maybe developing him over the next couple years to try to add some other stuff to his game, right? That could be a way you help us out right now. Get some rebounds, play some defense, do a little bit of playmaking out of those, like, high hedge situations. That's what I'd be looking at right now. So, okay, we get to here. See, like, this right here, like, this is exactly what I'm talking about, right? So both people stuck with the guard. You hit him here. Now we're playing advantage basketball, and he's finding the people. So, like, that's the role right now. And you might be thinking, like, that seems hyper-specific. This happens a lot, right? There's a lot of very ball-dominant guards in the NBA that you have to guard like this. So having this player is very valuable. Go watch, like, Derek Lively and the little bit he's been playing over the past couple years. He's gotten really good at this. And again, it's how Draymond Green has made hundreds of millions of dollars in his career. At least on the offensive side of the hoop. Okay, here we go. Oop, pooped that ball out real quick. Let's go. Let me see some of this playmaking. No, we're just going to go all the way. Cool. Again, not killing you with athleticism or anything, but just under control, evaluating it. That's all stuff I can get behind. Oh, yeah, here we go. We're moving someone a little bit now. He's comfortable with both hands, too, which is nice. We've seen him finish around the rim with the left and right, it seems. Although we know, and this is the important thing, right, because we're watching highlights, right? And this is perspective we have to keep because, again, I wish I could find better film or whatever, but it is what it is. We're still only only 60% at the rim. So it's not a great percentage, and I think that's because of the athleticism, maybe a little bit more, is that we're not quite able to finish over the top of some people. But here we go. This is interesting action right here that we've got going. But, like, see, like, he's comfortable, like, putting that ball on the ground, going to the left, finishing with the left hand. Like, there's something here. And remember, like, we're just because we're seeing something now doesn't mean that's how it's going to be for forever, right? This video is called, like, do they fit in the NBA? And we're trying to be like, okay, here's the baseline of things. What do we need to kind of build on going forward, right? Because we're going to keep developing these guys. We're going to try to, at least. And so there's at least, like, some things to kind of hang our hat on right now. Shout out Chris Smoove and that guy full court. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, pull up. All right. I want to see this kind of moving jumper real quick. Interesting. Just pulls up. Form's not bad. It's certainly not bad. He doesn't scream shooter to me by any means, but it is what it is. Here we go. We're rolling back out here. This was a little bit of NBA style stuff, just run really slowly and by accident. So coming back out here, 23 sets the screen for him. It'd be nice if he would have pulled that, but again, he's just going to attack, get to the middle of the court. Why is this guy cutting right here? You're bringing second defenders. They didn't even fucking see him just slide right in here. Look at this. Like, why? Who is guarding him? Okay, fair enough. Like, I don't know what they're trying to do on defense and what's going on offense. College basketball's a mess. It's just a big old mess. Here we go. Spin back through. Give me this. What is one doing? Okay, one's right here. He's on scholarship because of his grades or whatever. It's okay. He spins. He just kind of lets him get the rebound, and then he just doesn't do fucking shit. Okay, good job, one. Give me that. Good steal right here. What happened here? I want to see this. You came up from behind. Give me that fucking shit, stupid. Let's go. We're running. Me and 3 are running again. Interesting pass. Good stuff. Okay. Cool. All right. 14's pissed now. He's upset. Cool. Alrighty. I guess that's Joshua Jefferson. Alrighty, so some final thoughts, right? Again, these videos are going to be getting a little bit shorter and shorter because they're more niche prospects, right? There's not as much film out there, and it just kind of is what it is, unfortunately. So I think you guys heard me talk about it enough in the video. Like, there's kind of a clear role that we could see him playing day one. We're going to need to work on some of the handling, though, to kind of expand that role. The lack of verticality hurts a little bit, but there is space for it, right? The defense and the playmaking is all good. We like that kind of stuff. He seems calm, cool, and collective. We're going to have to work on the outside shooting. That's going to be something we need to get better at, and just the efficiency in general. It's going to be something. I mean, better spacing might help or whatever. Maybe not having to create for yourself as much, because, again, we looked at his percentages. He's doing a lot of his own creation. We didn't see a lot of people setting him up either, so maybe it goes better if he doesn't have to be the one to set himself up. We should just more so look at him as a connecting piece on offense, or just like a finishing piece more so. So that's kind of what I'm thinking with Jefferson. Nothing extremely jumping off the screen to me. Again, very limited film, right? So don't take anything like too seriously. But let's move on to the big board. Where do we want to put him? And as always, how does this big board work? The big board basically is an order at which I would want the chance to develop these players. This is not saying this guy's the first best player, second best player, third best player. Nope, it's not what we're saying, and it's not what... I'm not trying to say this is who will be the best either. This is just the order at which I would want the opportunity to develop these guys if I had a blank roster. Then later as a team, what we always do once we turn in our own big boards like this, is we work on building a team-centered one. So where do we want Jefferson? It's going to be lower, right? It's going to be lower on the board, and I think I'm going to... He's probably going at the bottom of this one for now. There we go. Okay, and that's not necessarily like a bad thing, right? I mean, senior level guy, not crazy athlete, very skilled, kind of one role in particular I can see him playing at this point. But again, we can build on that. We can work from there. There's always a pathway for all of these guys. They're all talented in their own ways, right? So just something to keep in mind. But for now, putting him towards the bottom of the board just for this moment in time. And yeah, no, I appreciate you guys for kind of tuning in on this as we continue to build this out. I think for the time being, we're still going to do 2 videos a week on these guys. We'll probably get to about 40-ish prospects by the end of this, because why the hell not? I think that could be interesting leading up to the draft. But as always, I really appreciate you guys tuning in for this. Stay tuned for the comments of the video. Alrighty, y'all, comment to the video, and just a nice one in general. I was just scrolling through the Chris Sinak Jr. Does He Fit in the NBA Series video. Definitely go give that one a watch. It's kind of a interesting one where, again, we had to take a look at the prospect and be like, okay, what he's doing on the court might not be what we want him to do at the NBA level, but how can we take this skill set and translate it somewhere? But this is coming from KJST14, who just said, hey, love the content. You're an inspiration for trying to make content. Thank you very much. That's so nice, actually. I don't know if I should be anybody's inspiration, but I mean... Hey, fair enough. So, funny thing, I had a company reach out to me wanting to sponsor the channel in some way, and I don't think they did their research on me very well. They were like, hey, like, we've been watching the content. We love that you're trying to educate children on here, and, like, we want to kind of feature you in some things for, like, educating the youth and everything. And I was like, I'm not sure I'm trying to educate. I'm not sure, like, you want me as, like, your poster boy for educating children. When I upload these YouTube videos, I click not safe for children on them. So I know that there's younger people that watch me or whatever, but I'm like, I don't think I'm your guy for that one. Could y'all imagine me in a magazine of, like, educating the youth right here, all the stupid shit that I say in these videos? So I don't know about that. But, like, thank you. I hope you do make some content or whatever. The best way to start making content is just start making it. But as always, I appreciate you guys. If you want to have more great basketball conversations, and especially during the playoffs right now, go jump on the Discord. It's been a ton of fun to watch these playoff games and, like, be in the chats with you guys live as the game's been happening, and just seeing everybody, like, react to the CJ McCollum, like, game winner from the other night or whatever, because we have a lot of Hawks fans going up against the Knicks or whatever, and so it was a lot of fun. So you guys should go be in the Discord. And again, we're pushing towards 10K subscribers. We're trying to get there before the end of the NBA season, so please subscribe. Ideal off season's back. Does he fit in the NBA? These videos, the mock drafts, everything that's coming out. Please stay tuned. I need to pre-record a bunch of content for this week now, because your boy has another scouting assignment that he has to go be on. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys, and we'll see you later. Thanks so much. Bye.